So good afternoon, everyone. Today we're going to continue our discussion on the use of quant mode, how to compute returns, and the use of quant mode to download stock price from the internet. So let's first load our packages. The packages that are of interest to us are first of all, of course, yung quant mode and some other packages. Okay, so if you recall, class, we can make use of Pacman. Remember Pacman, class? Class, we recall Pacman. May I have your confirmation, class? Okay. Hopefully you don't forget this, class. So we can use Pacman in order to both install and load at the same time. So let's first, if you recall, class, from Pacman, we have the pload function. Okay, this one, I hope you recall this. P here, there, P load. Okay, so it tells us that it loads one or more packages, wrapper for library and require. So it both combines library and require at the same time. Okay, so let's run this, and let's see, of course, quant mode. Then let's do dplyr, and then what else? We'll be needing performance analytics, and also portfolio analytics. We're going to need that portfolio analytics, and maybe let's see impute TS, and let's see maybe Lubridate also. So these are some of the packages that we're going to need. Okay, so let me run this. And once you're done running this class, kindly chat so that I know that you're ready. The key, class, to learning more about R is not just opening your R document during class hours. You should take time to invest in learning more and familiarizing yourself with R. You'll have difficulty, class, if you just open your notes, open your R Markdown during our class hours. That will be very difficult because you're learning. It's like learning a new skill. So when you learn a new skill, practice makes perfect. Okay.
Sato, good afternoon, sir.
Yasin, mute muna kita. Okay. So, okay, have you loaded the packages, class? Okay, thank you. Later na lang, Yasin, yung attendance. Okay, how about the others, class? Okay. All right. So it's always important, class, to familiarize yourself with let's say, a new package. You're going to learn a new package. For example, yung performance analytics. Why don't we do this? So let's go to i-Google natin, class, performance analytics package in R. Okay, this is always a good practice. I always do this, class. And let's see, documentation here. Okay, performance analytics PDF. So this is like a, let's say, a manual, an instructional manual about this package performance analytics. You may download this and in your own spare time, find some time to read about this. So this is econometric tools for performance and risk analysis. Okay, so what is this about? This is a collection of econometric function for performance and risk analysis. So you can find here standard risk and performance metrics. The package aims to aid practitioners and researchers in utilizing the latest research and analysis of non-normal return streams. Okay, it's tested on return rather on price data on a regular scale. And you can find here several functions. Okay, there are suggestions here. Digraphs, HMIS, these are some of the functions that are allied or related with this package. And then you can, the author is Brian Peterson. He's the creator, author, and uh, I forgot what CPH means. Okay, anyway, so there are two main authors here and several contributors. Okay, these are very famous people as far as yan sila Peterson, sila Peter Carl, Chris Bout, who is also an author of a package on Garch, Ross Bennett then, si Ulrich. These are very familiar people as far as uh, crafting or creating packages for econometrics. Okay, so here are some of the functions that you can make use of. Okay, active return, adjusted Sharpe ratio. Okay, so I think in your other subjects you met, for example, CAPM, the capital asset pricing model, that alpha. This is the intercept of the CAPM function, the beta. Okay, epsilon, and then Jensen alpha. So there are several functionalities here that you can use. And what's good about this is that you can go to each of the functions, and then it gives you, it tells you how to make use of the function, and even for most of the functions, it gives an example. So let's say, for example, here, okay, this function, okay, appraisal ratio. So what is this all about? It's the Jensen's alpha adjusted for specific risk. Okay, I'm not sure if you should have in your other subjects, let's say investment analysis, you have met several metrics like Sharpe ratio, Jensen ratio, Sortino, in order to appraise or assess the performance of a particular asset. So whereas in those subjects, what you learned is the formula-based approach to computing for these metrics. Here in R, may naka-ready na, no? There are ready functions that you can make use of in order to compute for this metrics. Okay. All right. So aside from this, another thing that I would want you to really try to study is yung the other analytics class, yung portfolio analytics. So I will dispense with that. I hope that you will also look at that one. I'll put this here. Okay. So this one, performance analytics. Okay, so let's start first with a review of quick review. Loading stock prices. Okay, so if I hopefully by now, class, you have you know how to load uh, prices or uh, asset details from using quant mode, because we have done this several times in the past. So let's just quickly, let's say I'm going to create this object. Let's create this object called tick, alt minus, and then this represents, let's say, Apple. Okay, and then let's define what our start date is. I'm going to create this object start. Okay, alt minus, and let's make it from 2015, and then let's say January 1. Let's just make it to the start of January 1. And let's define the end, alt minus. So let's make it 2023 na lang. 2023. Okay, 12:31. Okay, so given this class, we can use, okay, so let's create an object called, let me go here to another code chunk. Let's create an Apple object, Control Alt I. So I'm going to give this a name, AAPL, okay? And of course, we know that we can use the quant mode function, get symbols, okay? I noticed even that some of you uh, seem do not seems not to be familiar at this point in time with the use of get symbols. So I hope class clear na sa atin to, no? Yung get symbols. So the first, we can of course interchange the parameter, but the symbols, okay? So ang syntax ng ito muna, no? Of course, pwede namang hindi na natin isulat to, but just to, as an example, symbols is equal to, ano yung symbols natin? It will be equal to tick, right? Tick we have defined to be AAPL. So if it refers to tick, it will know that it is the Apple's object. And then from is equal to, okay? So one good thing about this is that you can just change this one, and then automatically every code that you use with start will automatically change. Unlike if you're going to identify here from is equal to, then hard code 2015, then every time wherever you used that specific date, okay, you will have to replace it. Okay, in this case, we can just change the tick. For example, later I can change this with Microsoft, and then everything here will every place where we use tick will represent Microsoft. Okay, is that clear, class? Do you get that? The advantage of naming your absolutes by a particular variable name. Okay, waiting for the others to respond. Because you might be thinking, why don't you just straightly type here AAPL? Of course, that's correct. That can be done. But if I want a more dynamic model in such a way that if I want this time to get information about Microsoft, I'll just change this and perhaps change the start date and end date, and then run all the codes, and it will automatically give us all the output for in those places where we use the word tick, start, and end. Okay, that's an advantage, class. All right. So, and then from, then let's identify 2 is equal to end, okay, which we have identified here. And then, of course, we can, although this is the default class, right? Yahoo. Okay, and then we can periodicity. So let's just get first daily prices. Okay, and then since I'm assigning it a new name, AAPL, then I will have to put here auto.assign is equal to false. Okay, so what we will be having here is R will now generate an object called AAPL, and it will consist of the Apple data, which is sourced from Yahoo Finance. Start date is 2015-11, end date is 2023-12-31. Okay, and let's run this. And please chat if you were able to give me feedback, if you were able to run the code, if you were able to generate the Apple object. And I hope, class, that from now on, if you have not yet a bit mastered this, please master it now already. No? Kasi we will have to move on. No? Okay. Sorry, I haven't run this. Let me run this. And then I can run this now. Okay, so if I check, class, so I now have here an Apple object, and these are the vectors that I created a while ago. Okay. All right, good. Thank you. Thank you. So I hope you don't mind me reviewing this because I noticed that in the exams, medyo hindi not that good yet, class, yung result, no? Not that good yet. Okay, so we can, of course, this one, we know that Apple gave us a OHLC data, di ba? Open, high, low, close, volume, and adjusted. We can, of course, get a particular data, let's say closing price. Okay, so let me create a new one. Let's say, and let me just name it AAPL, let's say adjusted. Okay, how can we get directly from Apple the adjusted price from sourcing it from Yahoo Finance? Same thing, class. So once again, let's use get symbols. I will not run anymore. I will not write anymore the quant mode. Okay, so let's use the same thing, class, as practice, class. Symbols is equal to tick, comma, and from is equal to start. Okay, I decided to do this as for more practice, class. 2 is equal to end. And then, of course, this one, since this is the default, you can choose not to write or not to write this. Okay. And then periodicity, let's make it also daily. And then since I'm creating an object which is Apple adjusted, then I will have to use auto.assign or environment is equal to null. Auto.assign is equal to, okay, I can type false or I can type F. All right. So what do I need to do here, class? Any suggestion for me to be able to just generate the adjusted prices of Apple? Any suggestion, class?
Sir, L apply po.
L apply. Bakit tayo mag-L apply, Gab? May list na ba tayo dito? Mag-L apply lang tayo if we have an existing list, no? Tapos doon natin i-draw out yung ano, yung gusto natin. Ito simple lang. Let me give you a clue. What will this generate, class? This is just the same as above, okay? Pareho lang na nasa taas yan. Yes, Eliza?
Sir, is it yung AD tapos merong AAPL sa loob or either that tapos pwedeng parenthesis AAPL
Saan natin
tapos
lalagay? Where?
wait, di ko po, wait, sorry.
Sige lang, sige lang.
Sa after false po ba magko-comma then ADG?
Here, ganito, ganyan. Tapos AD, ganyan.
ADJ po, pero parang mali yata.
ADJ. Sige, try natin, try natin. Okay, let's see. Kaso dito makikita natin na walang function na ADJ, di ba? Okay. So if we run this, subukan lang natin, let's see what will happen. Okay. And expected na natin, ano? ADJ not found. Actually, class, simple lang yung hinahanap ko, no? Kasi, di ba? This one, class, this one, if we run this, it will already generate yung Apple object natin. Di ba? Ito. Asan na si Apple? Ito yan, di ba? This one. So imagine yung class. Anong gagawin natin dito if this is already existing dun sa unang ano natin sa code natin na to, class? What do we do in order to get the adjusted price? I'm sure you know this, class. No? This code chunk will deliver this one. Okay? Because this code chunk is similar to this one.
Hello, sir.
Yes. Sino yan? Yeah, Gab, yes?
Si Gab po, sir. Siguro, include rin tayo ng bracket. Tapos
Okay.
yung number ng column for the adjusted price.
Which is?
Pwede ako, sure, sir. Wait lang, sir.
Anong
Tingnan
number
ko.
yon?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 po, sir.
6. Okay. Eliza, do you have the same answer? And Francis? Francis?
Sir, yung sagot ko po doon sa question is yung yung object na Apple adjust, tapos assignment operator, tapos EEPL dollar sign, tapos all caps na EEPL dot adjusted.
Okay, pwede yon, no? Ang sinasuggest ni Francis ganito. Once we have kaso mag-aano pa tayo, no? Mag-iisang line pa tayo, no? Ang sinasabi ni Francis ganito, Apple adjust will be alt minus, will be the AAPL, and then dollar natin, di ba? Ito. Okay? Ito yung sinasuggest ni Francis, which is okay. Tama yan, ano? Ang ano nga lang nito, dalawang lines of code tayo, no? But this is correct. It will give us the adjusted price. But another way to do this, by directly incorporating the code here, is yung sinabi kanina ni Gab, no? I-subset natin. Diba? This one, yung brackets natin, subset yan eh. So, comma, the first one is, anong rows ang isa-subset natin? Now, we're not going to put anything there, which means that lahat ng rows kasama, and then anong column naman ang isasama? Column 6. Okay, so by doing this, class, we're creating the Apple object, and then sa subset lang natin yung 6th column. Ano ba yung 6th column? The 6th column is ito, di ba? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's Apple adjusted. Okay? So this is one way. Isang ano na lang, isang line of code na lang, no? Pero tama din sinabi ni Francis, no? So mag-generate muna tayo yung kanina sa taas, no? So actually from here, Apple adjusted, then we can already use the dollar sign. Mag-create tayo ng isang object, yung Apple Edge, and then from AAPL, and then dollar, that will allow us to subset si Apple adjusted. Okay? So let's compare, class, this one. Okay, so do we now have Apple adjusted here? Nasa data na natin, ano? And if I open this, yun, Apple adjusted na siya, no? So adjusted price na to. And which will give us the same answer as what was suggested by Francis. So tama din yung sinasabi ni Francis, no? Tama din siya. So from Apple and then dollar, Apple dollar, and then yung adjusted. Okay, is that clear, class? Yeah, this is correct. Thank you, Francis. Yeah, thank you for sharing that answer. Okay, any questions so far? So 2 ways we can, of course, there are many ways to do this, class. No? But we're just reviewing some of the ways by which we can draw out data. Okay, any questions so far? So let's just also put yung yung sinuggest ni Francis dito, Control C. Okay, now why am I writing here? Kasi I noticed class, sa quiz, no? Marami sa inyo naglalagay ng code. For example, let's say zcred, no? Zcred is equal to a certain value. Or ginamit yung zcred sa isang function. Eh hindi pa naman na-define yung zcred. Okay? I hope you get that, no? You can only use a particular object kung na-define nyo na. Okay? Kasi biglang nag-appear dun sa code nyo, ginamit nyo kagad yung isang name ng isang object na hindi pa naman nare-recognize ni R. That's why it will not run class. Kasi you're already using the name, a particular object which has not yet been defined. So you have to define that. That's why I said here, class, ito, no? Kasi here, Apple adjusted is equal to Apple and then $AAPL. Ang assumption dito, class, na-recognize na ni Apple ni R yung AAPL. Otherwise, class, kung hindi pa, well, mag-e-error to, no? Kasi ang sasabihin ni R, there is no AAPL is not recognized, no? All right? I hope that's clear, class. Okay, sige, next tayo. Another, ano pa kaya? So if you're interested in getting the closing price, okay? Sabi ko, class, yung attendance, mamaya na, no? So please do not ask anything about attendance in the middle of the discussion. Okay? Kung pwede lang, class, kasi nakaka-distract, no? Okay? Mamaya na lang, please. Okay, so if we're going to get the closing price, then that's very easy, class. Okay, ang closing price, class, ito lang, papalitan lang natin to. Okay, sige, let's copy this. Get the closing price. I'll just copy this. Control C. Okay, Control V. Let's assume that we haven't created any object. Okay, so I'll just write here CL for close. Okay, same thing to get the Apple object and then just replace it with 4. Okay, so ganun lang siya, class, no? And I really encourage you to familiarize yourself really with get symbols. Kasi hanggang at the end of the term, class, gagamitin natin yan. So I hope very comfortable na kayo na pag nakita nyo lang, alam nyo na, no? Okay. So any questions so far, class? Clear tayo? Okay, thank you. Although konti pa lang yung mga nag-feedback. So let's give your classmates a few more seconds. Yes, Eliza?
Sir, question po. Are we allowed to use yung parang kunwari OP, parenthesis, AA? Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
pwede. Pwede yun. That's another way, no? That's another way. So, ang sinasabi
Thank
ni
you.
Eliza, okay. So, for example, assuming again na may Apple object na tayo dito, no? So, AAPL, let's call it adjust one. So, what will be the function here, class? Kasi may mga function din si quant mode na OP, di ba?
Sir,
Yes.
AD po.
AD, di ba? Yan, AD class, no? So let's see, class. So is this brackets or parentheses?
Parentheses po.
Parentheses, yan. AAPL. Okay? Sige nga, try nyo nga, class, if it will give us the adjusted prices. Pakitry lang, class. And please feedback if you were able to get also the adjusted prices.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I hope you got it, class. I'm sure you got it if you have already created the AAPL. So it's a lesson here, class. There are several ways to skin a cat. Okay, and several ways to get information or get data from a particular data set, no? So ito kasi sinasubset natin, kinukuha lang natin adjusted prices. Now also, for example, what if I don't want daily? E di, sige, copyhin ulit natin to, no? Get weekly prices lang. Same thing, class. So dito lang talaga siya nagsisimula, ano? And then once you're able to get that, then it becomes very easy. No? So weekly price, so copy ulit natin to, just copy this, Control C, Control V, and let me just make it Apple Weekly. Bababago lang class C instead of daily. Okay. Then weekly here. Then I can make it weekly and then siguro closing. Okay, Apple weekly closing prices. There. Okay, so ang parameter lang na bago class is weekly. Okay, and then 4 pa rin dito. Okay. And then you can once again replace this with monthly. Okay, so tingnan natin class. Apple week closing. Let's see here. Apple week closing. Okay, so you can see the dates, no? 1/1, 1/8, 1/15. So weekly na siya. Every 7 days. Okay, any questions so far? Paki-confirm class kung clear tayo so far. Am I going too fast? Or okay lang yung pace natin? Okay lang ba, class? Okay, and I beg of you again, class, i-review nyo to, no? Bago tayo mag-start ng classes, or kasi again, this is a new skill for you. So familiarity talaga eh. Ako nga, class, ilang dekada na ako nag-aano ng R, no? Pero nagre-review pa rin ako, and I try to keep abreast with what's happening, yung mga bagong packages. Kasi never ending tong ano na to eh. Never ending tong learning na to. And who knows kung later on kung saan ka magiging career path mo, kung either financial analytics or whatever field, no, na baka kailanganin talagang yung skill set na to, then this will come in really very handy someday. Okay, so hindi ko na yung class yung monthly, kung monthly yan, papalitan lang natin yung monthly na yan. Okay? Okay, if you take a look, class, at the tingnan naman natin si Apple natin, no? Anong first day niya dito? January 2, no? January 2, 2015. This is the first trading day of 20. I-close ko na muna iba dito. Dumadami na ano. Anong data natin? Wala pa to. Okay? So, can you determine, class, kung anong day yung ano? Ano yung first? So here, wala. Sorry. Yung ano pala, yung weekly na lang. Weekly closing. Pag weekly kaya, class, anong day kaya ginagamit ni ano? Ba't naging 1/1 to? Weekly ba to? Yeah, weekly closing. Kanina 1 to, ano yung kanina 1 to? 1/1. So may trading nung January 1, 2015. What date are you getting, class? Is it 1/1 also? Okay, 1/1. So pare-pareho tayo. Pero yung Apple, 1/2. This is surprising, no? Yung Apple, yung actual na daily, 1/2 siya nagsimula kasi walang trading ng 1/1. Pero ito, class, yung closing, this is something which I haven't realized, no? Nag 1/1 siya dito. So medyo may discrepancy, no? Tingnan nga natin sandali, class. Let's experiment on the monthly. So let's just copy this. Control C. I'll just copy this and then replace it with monthly. Monthly. Okay, I'll make this month closing. Okay, pareho lang naman siya. Okay, thank you, Erwin. 1/1 din, pare-pareho tayo. Yung monthly, class, okay, let's see. And then 1-1 din, no? So apparently class, pag hindi daily, kunyari weekly or monthly, magdi-default siya sa first day of the week, okay? First month of the week. And then if I change this into yearly, class malamang yan, 1-1 din yan, no? 1-1 din siya. Sige nga, palitan natin to. Yearly. And then let me just replace this by another object, YR. Okay. I-run ko siya. Okay, ano nangyari? Daily, weekly, monthly. Okay, ano to? Dali ah. So let me see. Nag-run ba yung yearly sa inyo, class? Nag-error? Dapat nakakaano tayo ng yearly ano eh. Hourly, 1 minute. Bakit walang yearly? Daily, weekly, monthly, hourly. Okay, walang weekly. Sa inyo, class, may nag-yearly ba kayo? Error din, okay? I don't know why, class, bakit siya nag-error, but before I'm able to get yearly data. So dapat 2015, 2016, 2017, etc. Okay, anyway, so balik na lang sa monthly. Okay. So if you notice, class, nagdi-default siya sa sa beginning. Okay, tingnan nga natin, class, kung anong Yes, Eliza?
Sir, bakit po parang iba yung price date natin? For me kasi if inopen ko yung aapl.close, yung first day is 29,2,900, ganun. Tapos sa'yo, sir, is 26.
Closing, Apple.
Yes po.
Pareho tayong year, 2015 ba yan?
Yes po. January 1, 2015. Tapos 29 yung sa akin, sir.
Sa daily? Or sa
For
weekly?
close, yeah, sir. Wait. Monthly pala.
Monthly, sandali ah. Naran ko na yung monthly kanina. $29,
Okay, sir.
1-1. Now,
Same din po.
I'm not sure, alam ko may ginagawang may ginagawang either averaging si quant mode. We will have to check. No? I haven't checked kung ano yung representative for this whole month. Kasi, 'di ba, monthly yan, 'di ba? Now, magmamanipulate diyan yung software. Ano ang magre-represent for the whole month? So is it the average? I-check natin I-check natin. Okay. So, kaso hahaba tayo, tatagal pa. Sige, wag na muna ngayon, no? But as an exercise class, either we research on how, kasi nasa documentation dapat yan, how monthly or weekly or quarterly, if ever meron, prices are determined. Kasi Eliza is correct eh. Sabi niya, bakit nag-iba na, no? Ang 1-1 dito ng monthly is 29.29, while ang weekly 26.9375. So what happened? No? If you take a look at the prices nung buong November, nung buong January, okay, may mga 29 na tayo sa dulo dito, no? Ito, closing pala, no? Ito. So here. Okay, ang question, did it average did it average the whole month for closing to represent yung monthly price niya? Yun ang tanong kasi, no? How was this arrived at? How was this February data arrived at? Okay? So ang suspicion ko, nag-ano siya, either it can't be weighted average kasi anong weight ang gagamitin niya. So pag simple average naman, 29.29, okay, dito kasi close, no? Parang masyadong konti lang yung ano eh, yung nag-29, di ba? Ito, 129, 130, 29 dito, closing, 29, 29, 28, 27, 28. Okay. So, yes, Eliza?
Sir, I think you're right na namimili talaga siya ng specific date. Kasi yung for yung week niya, yung first niya, ginawa niya is wait lang.
You
Ginawa
can do
niya,
that in a contacts app.
oh gosh, wait, sorry sir.
I'm sorry.
Basta namimili po siya ng date mismo. So, hindi siya average eh.
Okay. Tingnan nyo class, anong ginawa niya? Kinuha niya yung end of the month. No? Ito, 29.29. Yan. Okay. So, hindi siya nag-average. No? So, if it's monthly data, it takes the last day of the month. Yan, no? 130, 29.29. Kaya yung monthly natin, 29.29. Tingnan natin February, 32.11. So, end of month ang kinuha niya. End of month. So, February, okay, February 27 in this case, it's 32.115, no? 32.115. So dito sa monthly, 32.115. Okay, yun ang ginawa niya, no? Hindi ko kasi dati pinapansin yung ano eh. Kasi hindi ko masyadong ginagamit si monthly. But here we discovered, and thank you Ali for the question. That's a very good question. Here we discovered that pag nag-monthly tayo, ang kukunin niya yung end of the month. Okay, January 30. Okay, and then ito February 27, whatever the last trading day of that specific month is. Linalagay niya sa ano to represent the whole month of January, the whole month of February, etc. Okay, Ali, did that answer your question?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sige. Yung weekly naman,
Thank you, sir.
okay, 26,9375. Tingnan natin dito. 26, ano ba to? Weekly din, close, ano? 26,9375. 26,9375. Ito, no? 17. So, end of the week, 17. Tapos 114, ito, 27.45. So, this should be 27.45. Okay. So, ang ginawa niya, yung monthly, kinuha niya yung last day of the month. January, kinuha niya yung January 30. And then yung weekly, kinuha niya yung January 7, tas January 14, etc. Okay? So that's a very good question. Thank you, Eliza, for that. So tingnan lang natin class yung mga dates. So anong date class yung ano? Can R answer class the question? Anong date ba yung ano? Let's say February, January 2. Yeah, R can answer that, no? Let's try this class. Okay, let's create this object na, okay, ano ba ang gagawin natin? Let's say day, no? Tawagin natin day 1. Ang day 1 natin is 2015 slash 0102. Okay. We're interested in determining anong araw to? What day is this? Okay, so if we run this class, so meron na tayong object na day 1. Day 1 dito. And notice, saan si day 1? At wala dito. Naran ko na ba? Run. Okay, day 1. Dapat may day 1 dito. Yan, okay? So it's just a vector, character vector. No? So in fact, if we check dito, okay, kunin ko yung class. Class ni day 1. Okay, character nga siya. But I'm interested class in knowing the knowing the day, kung anong araw to. We can do that. Inom natin kanina yung Lubridate. The Lubridate package is so powerful, no, in doing that. So for example, I'm going to create day 1. Gagamitin natin may function na YMD. Yan. YMD coming from the Lubridate function. Ilagay ko dito para maalala nyo. Lubridate. Okay. Lubridate. And then class YMD kasi yung day 1 ko class, it's year, month, day. Kaya YMD. And then ilalagay ko dito day 1. So in other words here class, I'm creating an object called day 1. Okay. And I'm converting this character vector 2015-01-02 into a year, month, day object. Okay, so i-run natin, tingnan natin kung ano mangyayari. Okay, so day 1, what happened to day 1? Dito, class, UTC na siya. Kanina character siya. Okay, ulitin natin ha. Gawin kong magkaiba. So day 1 ulit dito. And then day 1 dito. Gawin ko lang day 1 underscore D. Para iniba ko, no? So character tong day 1. Ito ngayon yung day 1 underscore date. Okay? Alright, so they're both here sa values, no? Pero yung isa, character, tapos yung isa, UTC. If you recall class yung UTC, it means Universal Time Convention. Kunin natin yung class nito. Class day 1 underscore D. Yan. So it's a date na. No? Okay? So sige, I'll allow you to copy if you're copying. Okay, and back to my question class. Kaya ba natin malaman kung anong specific day? Yes, meron. Meron sa Lubridate again, W day here class. Weekday to, no? Weekday class. Okay. Get or set days component of a daytime. Okay, so ito yung syntax niya. X, then pa-label natin, no? Okay, so let's just use a simple one. Weekday. And then, yung object natin is day 1. And then, label natin. Pabigyan natin ng label is equal to true. Yan, let's see class kung anong araw yung yung January 2, 2015. Let's see. So anong araw siya class? Using the W day function. Anyone class? Anong day yung January 2, 2015? Friday. Okay. Let me see. Hindi ko pa alam kung anong day yan, no? Ayun, tama, no? Friday ang level siya, Sunday, Monday, etc. So this date is a Friday, yung January 2. Okay? Okay, kung yung January 7, palitan ko to ng 7. And then run everything. Okay, so Wednesday siya. Okay, so yung weekly prices niya class, it's not based on the day. Kasi pwede isipin natin baka every Friday yung weekday prices niya, no? Kaya it makes sense, di ba? End of the week. End of the week, then yun ang nagre-represent ng week ng price for the week, no? Kung kuha niya yung 7, 14, etc. Okay? All right, good. Thank you. Thank you class for your participation. Okay, so I hope clear na to, no? Sorry, pumasok lang sa this crossed my mind, no? Kasi I was curious a while ago. was it using, so weekday, was it using the end of the week, which is a Friday? Hindi eh, no? Hindi. Ang 107 class, for the weekly price is, this is a, ano to? Wednesday, no? Wednesday. All right, sige. So, well, that's a good class because aware kayo na may package pala, no, na may package na determine ng ano, makakapag-convert ng isang character vector na ganito into a day. That's the YMD. Marami pang ibang functionalities class ang lubricate. Okay. All right. So let's continue. Okay, let's start now with getting now a portfolio of assets. Okay, so let's let's define. Okay, mag-define na lang tayo ng ano ng isang object. Okay, let's call it yung kanina no? Tickers lang ngayon. Tickers out minus. And then let's define kuha tayo ng mga ETFs, yung exchange traded funds, yung familiar sa US. So isa SPY class. This mimics yung ano yung GSP, Standard and Poor's 500. So ano pa? Ano pa bang, okay, pwede natin gamitin yung EFA. Okay, I leave you guys to research on what these assets are. Let me see, ano pa ba? Okay. Let me check, ha? EEM ba yung ano? I'm just checking kung tama yung ticker ko. EEM. Yan, EEM na ETF ito. Ayan, MSCI class, emerging markets, no? Morgan Stanley commodity index, from emerging markets. So let's use this. Okay, EEM. Okay, sige. EEM. Ano pa ba? Ano pa ba mga ETFs? Marami yan eh. Hindi ko lang kabisado, no? Let's see. Yung kanina, yung IJS. Sige, tingnan natin to, ha. IJS, no? IJS na ETF. Yan. Small caps naman to, no? Tapos, isa pa, yung, alam ko may US eh. May US na, yan. US na ETF. Ito. If you want class, you can check yung mga exchange traded funds. No? So best. Ito yung mga best pero strategies to. Alright. So yung US na lang at saka yung US at saka yung ano yung kanina? IJS, no? Sige. So na lang muna class. US and then IJS. Para hindi naman lagi tayong ano, para familiar din kayo sa mga ganitong, para hindi nila Microsoft at saka Apple lagi at saka ano, yung mga famous na na brands or companies sa US. All right, so let's create this object tickers. So object pa lang to class, ha? Ano pa lang siya? Vector. Character vector to, no? As you can see, it will fall under the values here. Yan, tickers. Character vectors, SPY, EFA, emerging markets, okay, small cap, at saka CUS. Okay, now, mag-create tayo ng function. Okay, para maiba naman sa ginagawa natin. Okay, so, let's create, yung pangalan natin. Ano na lang, sige, portfolio. Portfolio, prices. Okay, so magsisimula muna tayo sa empty muna, no? Ang gagawin natin, class, gagawa tayo ng function na it will go from SPY, EFA, EM, etc., and download these prices. No? So let's create this object for ticker in, okay, in tickers, no? Okay, so that's our first line class. So i-define natin, ano ba yung portfolio prices natin? Okay, portfolio prices initially null, walang laman, no? So our portfolio prices, okay, will be, okay, ang gagawin natin class, kukunin natin either adjusted or closing prices ng SPY, EFA, EEM, US, at saka IGS. So how do we do that class? Ito, marami din nagkamali sa inyo dito sa quiz. Paano natin class, pagsasama-sama, kunyari adjusted price ni SPY, adjusted price ni EFA, EEM, etc. What would be the command for that? If you have separate objects, no? SPY will be the adjusted prices of SPY, tapos EAF, EFA. Yes, Eliza? Yes?
L-apply po.
Ano, no?
L-apply.
L-apply is used class kung may ano tayo, kung may list tayo, no? Wala naman tayong list dito. So, ang assumption natin class, ang gagawin natin, kukunin natin yung mga ano, yung mga prices ni SPY, EFA. So we can use cbind lang. Mas simple yung cbind, no? Okay, column bind lang. So, i-get symbols kasi natin. Get symbols si SPY, si EFA, si EEM, etc. No? Okay, you get that class? You follow? Iko-column bind lang natin. Yung isa R bind, di ba? At saka column bind. Ano iko-column bind natin? Iko-column bind natin class yung from portfolio prices kasi i-create natin to, no? So portfolio prices will now consist of several prices of SPY, etc., etc. Di ba? Tapos dito na papasok yung get symbols natin. Okay? And take note class, may ano dito, di ba, sa mga functions dito. Get symbols, may get symbols.yahoo, no? May get symbols Yahoo Japan nga eh. Okay, gamitin natin to. Although pareho lang yung class ng get symbols, no? Default kasi si Yahoo. Okay, get symbols ng ano class? Get symbols ni, so di ba, i-define natin muna si ticker. Okay? Tapos, ano yung from natin? Gamitin na lang natin yung start natin. Start and is equal to 2 is equal to end. So ito advantage class ng ano, no? Nang na-define na natin yung na-define natin kung ano yung start at saka end. Magagamit natin yon. If we're using the same name, no? If we're just using the same name and then comma tayo dito, periodicity natin daily, define na lang natin, although default to, di ba? Daily. And then, ano pa yung kulang class? What do you think class? Yung kulang. Auto.assign. Okay? Auto.assign is equal to false. And then, class, and then, okay, check natin yung ano, cbind. Ito. Tapos, auto.assign. Yung ticker here. Tapos, sige, adjusted ang kunin natin class. Comma 6. And then, 1, 1, 2. Okay, sa dulo to. Okay, pakicheck nga class, baka mali ako. I'm checking the open parenthesis dito. So, dapat mag-end siya dito. Tama. Yung get symbols, open, and then, ko-close siya dito sa post. I guess tama tayo. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, you're correct. Auto dot assign. All right. So what are we doing here, class? Let's just review, no? Sabi natin, for ticker in tickers. Asan si tickers? Okay, so siguro para hindi nakakalito, Control X, ilalagay ko to dito in the same code chunk. Is this the only way to do it, class? No. In fact, ginawa na natin to dati, di ba? I'm just taking a look at other ways, class, para we're exposed to several ways by which to do this. Okay, so I'm going to run this class and let's see what happens. So currently, wala pang no? Okay, although may tickers na dito sa ko, pero walang portfolio prices. Okay, so let's run this. So I'm expecting an object na portfolio prices. Tapos, ilulup niya kasi, no? Ilulup niya SPY, tapos EFA, EEM, etc., IJS. So if we run this, okay. All right, US contain missing values. Ito yung problema natin, ano? Okay, so either NA dot omit natin, okay? Or, okay, tingnan muna natin, ha? Let's see our object. Ayun, may problema tayo dito, no? Sa adjusted ni US. Ang daming, niya, ang daming NA. Okay? So, palitan na lang natin to, class, no? Let's change the US. Pero ang nakuha dito, di ba mga adjusted price? Okay, let's check muna, class, kung are there missing values dito kay SPY? Obviously, dito kay US adjusted, may mga missing values. Okay, so how do you find, class? How do we determine if there are missing values sa isang Are there missing values in SPY? Okay, before we do that, class, I want to change the column names here. What do I do, class? Si SPY.adjusted, ayokong gamitin ang haba ng pangalan eh. So let's just use small SPY, no? And then EFA, then EEM, and then US, and then IJS. Of course, you should know the function for that, class. Ano yung function for that?
Call names.
Yes, correct. Call names, no? Call names ng Gab, ikaw ba yan? Call names ng
Yes, sir. Ng portfolio prices.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Portfolio prices, no? There. And then, oops. Alt minus. Since vector siya, so SPY na lang. Ano susunod, class? What's next? EEM ba?
EFA po.
Sorry? Then, ito pala, EFA, sorry. Yan pala. Sa taas. EFA, comma, EEM, comma, US, comma, IJS. Okay. All right, so Control Enter. And then if we check now, yung portfolio prices natin. Okay, nabago na yung natin, Yung okay, we'll have problems with US kasi hindi tayo makakagawa ng portfolio kung may mga NA. So back to my question, how do you know, class, if there are mga missing values kay SPY. Kay US, obvious, di ba? How about EFA, EEM? How? Are there missing values for SPY?
is.NA.
Is that NA? What does that do?
It will find which values and assets are missing values.
Sige nga, try nyo nga, class. Then tell me, ang code na sinasuggest mo, Ali, is that NA then, then,
Is.NA, then parentheses, then SPY.
hindi pwedeng si SPY, dapat portfolio
Ay.
prices dollar SPY, no?
Oh, okay po.
Kasi hindi niya mare-recognize si SPY. Okay, yeah, thank you. Thank you for your answers, no? Okay, what will happen, class, if ang suggestion ni Ali is that NA and then we're looking at SPY, di ba? So portfolio prices and then dollar SPY. Okay? So what this will give us is, so lahat ng data class to true or false niya. Okay? So still, class, hindi natin ma-determine kung meron bang kung merong NA, no? So ilagay pa rin natin to, no? So this will natin dito generate true or false for each row, no? Which is not what we want, no? So ano kaya pwede natin gawin, class? May function din, no? We can ang gawin natin, class, natin column sum natin. So may function na column sums, no? Okay, column sums, this is coming from base R. Okay, tab. Okay, what I'm going to do, class, column sums, no? Pwede natin gamitin na mismo si portfolio prices. Kasi ang mga column ni portfolio prices is SPY, EFA, EEM. So let's do that, class. So column sums is .NA. So in other words, class, pinapa-add natin lahat ng NA sa kanya. Portfolio P prices. There. Sige nga, class, can you generate this?
Pinalabang mo pa pa.
Yeah, 0.45. Pero kay US 2,221, no? Okay, di ba? You're correct, no? So if we run this, it will generate the number of missing values for SPY, EFA, EEM, US, and IJS, no? So we have more than 2,000 missing values for US. Ilang lang ba to? 2,264 entries, 2,264 observations. So konting-konti lang talaga yung laman ni US. So palitan na lang natin to, class, no? Let's change. Okay. Okay, let me just copy this. Okay, para ma-preserve lang, class, yung yung code kanina. So you might want to review that later on. Okay, sige, class, pili tayo ng anong pwede i-replace natin sa sa hanap tayo sa Google, no? Top 10 ETFs. Okay, top 10 ETFs.
Ba't kailangan pa rin natin ng tissue? Dami. Nilagyan pa dun sa ano. Yung nalagyan.
Bianca, mute kita. Okay, top 25 ETFs class, exchange traded funds. So, yan si SPY. Si IBV, kinuha ba natin? Vanguard, no? Mga kilala to. QQQ. So, there are a lot. Let's just choose. Sige, yung pangalawa na lang, no? Core S&P 500. Kaso si SPY, ano na siya eh. S&P 500 na rin na yan eh. So, pili na lang tayo ng iba naman. FTSE naman to, London. No? Sige, ito na lang. VEA or VGU. Okay, so VEA na lang. Sige. Let's change our ETF with VEA. Okay, this is VEA. And then yung pangalan niya, palitan na natin ito ng VEA. So let's just overwrite yung kanina, no? Overwrite yung tickers natin, portfolio prices. We don't need to maintain the other one. So let's just overwrite it. Okay, ang bilis ng oras, grabe. Na. Okay, so let's see class, portfolio prices natin dito. Yan, napalitan na, no? And then let's check kung may, let's check if there are, I'll just run this class. Since same object siya. Okay, good. So no more missing values. That's very important for us for constructing our portfolio. Okay, so we have now portfolio prices. Now, in portfolio optimization, it's important that we have a benchmark, no? Ang gagamitin natin benchmark class si S&P 500. So let's load first, si S&P 500 caret, where's caret? Saan yun? Shift 6 GSPC. Okay? So Control Alt I. And then simple na lang. Okay, so let's create this object in benchmark natin. Let's call it benchmark price. Let's call it benchmark prices. And then, alam niyo natin to, diretso na lang, get symbols. Okay, para medyo ma-familiarize tayo na may .yahoo. Okay? And then, just like a while ago, in case na magbago yung benchmark natin, gawin natin tong benchmark, i-assign natin alt minus kay GSPC. Okay? So that later on, in case na palitan natin to, automatically class magbabago yung ano natin, yung code natin, no? Symbols natin is equal to yung benchmark natin. Okay? Of course, pareho ng start, from is equal to start. To is equal to hanggang end natin. Okay? Periodicity, although hindi na kailangan to kasi default naman siya. Periodicity is equal to daily. Again, for familiarity. Okay? And since we're creating an object benchmark prices, we have to do auto.assign is equal to false. Okay? F or false. Okay, and then let's get, ano ba yung kinuha natin kanina, mga mga adjusted price. So dapat dito adjusted price din to be consistent. So ang benchmark prices natin are actually the prices of GSPC. So if we run this, we'll now have an object called benchmark prices, and parehong dates lang yan. Okay, are you able to follow, class? Paki-chat please if you're able to follow. Any questions? Oh, ang bilis ng oras, grabe. Okay, let me just end in this one class, itong isang code na lang na to, ha. So let's get the returns, no, of our benchmark, of the benchmark. So let me introduce to you another, di ba, dati nag-period return tayo, daily return. Okay, so there are several ways to get the returns of an of an asset. Here gagamit tayo ng another function. Okay, and I want you to find out from what package this is coming from. By the way, let's check kung may missing value pala to si GSPC. Call sums is that NA si benchmark prices. Let's check. And tapos, wait, asan si benchmark prices natin? Okay, palitan din natin yung ano class, yung yung name, no? Okay, dito. Benchmark prices. Alt minus. GSPC. Yun na lang. Tapos, let's check kung may ano siya, kung may missing values. Dapat walang missing values. Ha? Right, GSPC, no missing values, we're okay, we're good. Okay, and then just this last one class. There are several functions to get the returns, no? So meron tayong tinatawag din na ano na rate of change. Okay? So let's now create an object called benchmark returns na lang. Benchmark returns. And out minus. And then we can make use of the ROC function. Ito class. This is from, nakita nyo na, no? From TTR package, which comes preloaded when you also load quant mode. So yung rate of change class, yung ROC is the rate of change. Okay, which is just the return, di ba? So ito yung object, and then kung may lag 1 ang default, and then type kung continuous or discrete, no? Okay, so ang X natin will be yung benchmark prices natin, si GOC. And then, tapos ano yung sabi natin? Ano yung type natin? If it's a simple lang class, then discrete. Yan. Kung log class, continuous ang ilalagay nyo. Alright, so just this last one class. For those of you who need to go, you may, of course. I-run natin to. Okay, so I now have class here, benchmark prices, which are now the benchmark returns pala. Sorry. Ito. So returns na to. And of course, we expect that may missing value dito. Kasi yung first line, wala siyang ano, no? Walang returns yan. So just to shorten this, mag-ano lang tayo, mag-NA dot omit, no? So lahat ng mga NA kung meron, i-omit niya. Right? So kung i-run nyo yan class, makikita nyo class, wala nang benchmark returns, saan yung benchmark returns? Wala na yung, wala na yung missing value. Okay, and of course, class, if you want, copy na lang natin to. Kung ang hinahanap nyo continuous or log returns, Control C. Okay, I'll just comment this out. It should be continuous. Hindi na. Gawin ko na lang mag-underscore na lang ako. Log. Yan. Okay? Control Enter. And this will now give us the log returns. Okay, may log returns na tayo dito. Wala nang NA yan. All right, so let me end there, class. Next meeting, we're going to continue with this one and move ahead with the portfolio. Magkakreate tayo ng portfolio, kukuha natin returns, tapos i-determine natin kung ano yung optimal portfolio, which maximizes returns and minimizes risk. Okay, so let me stop.